Moving on to the other developing story, Delhi's air today isn't just polluted, it's poisonous. Toxic levels rising AQI and worsening health, yet little seems to change year after year. The apathy is thick in the air too. While the city gasps, the chief minister has been busy campaigning in Bihar. Government officers have revised timings. But the big question is, what about everyone else? The children walking to school in the smog, the elderly struggling to breathe. Some families are now making life-changing decisions. They're not easy ones, like leaving Delhi altogether, not for better jobs or schools, but simply to breathe, for cleaner air. That's what it's come to. And here's the shocking truth. Not all AQI monitors are even working. We don't even really know how bad it is out there. This isn't seasonal smog anymore. It's a full-blown health crisis. And the question that must be asked this afternoon is simple. Who's really taking responsibility while Delhi chokes? With me live, Bhavreen Kandhari, environmentalist and clean air strategist, and Madhura Roy. She's a lawyer. She joins us from Chennai. We've got Madhura here because she moved to Chennai, if I'm not mistaken, some years back for this very reason. But Bhavreen, I'm going to start with you. You were there at the protests yesterday. You had children there, you had women there, you had men there, all protesting. But there seems to be a certain apathy. Is anyone listening to the civilians is the question at this point.
Yes, Vedika, unfortunately, you're right. Because if somebody was listening, you saw the condition, everybody was so desperate. Everything has been quoted, showed, how children have come with their inhalers and, prescriptions, etc. But we are still, continuing, the game of data, and we are still in grab 2. Why are they playing with?
All right, Bhavreen, we're going to go back to in a moment from now. Madhura joins us also. Madhura, I want to hear your story, so do our viewers. You made that move to Chennai, I believe, in 2023. What prompted you to do that?
No, so we moved in early of this year. So we were living in Delhi from 2014 to about 2020. And in 2020, we moved to Chicago in the US because my husband has gotten some higher studies opportunity. And we moved back to Delhi. In fact, we had an opportunity to get back to India in 2023. So we had an option of either to go to Bangalore or to move to Delhi. But in the middle of all of this, we also have a small kid. My baby boy was born in the US. So since we've already lived in Delhi for good 6 years before we moved to the US, Delhi was like the natural, obvious choice for us. We knew the lay of the land. We knew where the doctors were, where the hospitals were. There are many considerations that we have to take into account when you have a small child in the mix. But the story kind of changed completely once the smog season, the fog season kind of came in. My kids' eyes would start watering starting from the evening. We would have to lock him up in the bedroom with the air purifier on, and during the winter months, the heater on. And if he's not living in that situation, he would be constantly coughing, or his eyes would be watering. So that's when we took a conscious decision that, hey, this may not be the right city to bring up our child in. The kid was born. If somebody had told me I would make a move to any other city in India, which is not Delhi, I would have laughed that topic off. That would have never been the situation. We loved the city. It has given us so many opportunities, work-wise, extended family-wise. But when the kid came in the mix, the story kind of completely changed.
And there's so many like you, Madhura. There's so many like you now thinking of moving out. I would say it was a sensible decision, but not an easy one to move with your child, to change your school, to move to a new city, to move to a new apartment, to find new jobs. And bringing Bhavreen back again, because I believe I'm running out of time. Bhavreen, every party is blaming the other. If you ask the BJP, they say this is not our problem. This was a problem that the Aam Aadmi Party left for us. The Aam Aadmi Party blames the BJP for it. But the point is that this is slow poison, Bhavreen, and all of us, believe it or not, will be impacted in some way or the other, if not in the short term, in the long term. So all stakeholders need to get together. They need to say, okay, this is our problem, this is India's problem, and then take it head on. And that's just not happening.
Yes, and that was the reason. I mean, yesterday, I think the parents being there, I think that is the message. Everyone is a parent or a grandparent. I mean, those, the posters, the messages, it's a desperation. And I think nobody, and it's a collectively, even if you see on the social media, whether they're journalists and a lot of the ruling party people, as well as the opposition, everybody is tweeting that, everybody's talking about it, they're sharing. So it shows that everyone is concerned. Then where is the problem? The problem is that you have to get together. Everybody has to come under, a one umbrella, and that is why the demand now, because considering the pollution boards have clearly failed, there is an independent air regulator that's needed now. We know which is going to be an independent air quality and a public health commission, because we are not even connecting health and air pollution in some ways. The boards are not even connecting with the health ministry. So that needs to be empowered.
Absolutely.
So that the standards, the WHO standards, they are still not updated. They need to be set, monitored. You have to enforce the clean air stands in letter and spirit, not the way it is. There is
Absolutely.
no scope for mistakes. You have to make an autonomous, expert-led body that is answerable to the parliament. So
All
no
right.
politics involved. Yeah.
All right, Madhura, thank you for joining me live, and Bhavreen on that story. We, of course, will remain focused on this story. Still, there is some solution when the stakeholders come together and don't live in denial. Listen in to what Delhi's Environment Minister had to say on rising and toxic pollution levels in Delhi.
जब आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार बाहर होगी और पिछले 7 महीनों से रेखा गुप्ता जी की सरकार काम कर रही है, तो ये 10 सालों की दी हुई गंदी हवा को पूछ रहे हैं कि 7 महीनों में ठीक क्यों नहीं किया। जिस चीज को 10 सालों में आम आदमी पार्टी नहीं ठीक कर पाई, हर साल और गंदा करने का काम किया। मैं दिल्ली वासियों को बताना चाहता हूं, रेखा गुप्ता जी की सरकार ने पिछले 7-8 महीनों में जितनी हाई राइज बिल्डिंग हैं उनके ऊपर एंटी स्मोक गन्स लगाने का काम किया है। दिल्ली के अंदर वाटर स्प्रिंकलर के माध्यम से डस्ट मिटिगेशन का काम शुरू किया है। जितनी कंस्ट्रक्शन हो रही है सबकी मॉनिटरिंग हम कर रहे हैं। 8000 से ज्यादा इंडस्ट्री को हमने पोल्यूशन के दायरे में लाकर उनके मापदंड ठीक करने का काम किया है। सारी बसें हम दिल्ली के अंदर ट्रांसपोर्ट इलेक्ट्रिक लेकर आ रहे हैं। दिल्ली की सरकार निरंतर काम कर रही है।